friends, this is Terry with your fall equinox astrology reading. Fall equinox coming in September 23rd, and this is going to be an even more intense fall equinox season because it's just as the sun enters Libra at 0 degrees and we move into Libra season, but we're also moving in to the eclipse portal that is going to be on that Aries Libra axis. And I did a whole separate recording about the Aries Libra North nodes. You can check it out. I'll put the link down below. And Libras are really going to be feeling change. So much change this season, as are Aries. And there's so much balance. We're all going to be feeling the need to balance our lives, the work-life balance. How much are you giving and how much are you receiving? And are you asking for help and are you getting the support you need? These are all the Libra issues coming in strong. And I'm also recording this during prime retrograde season. I think we still have 6 planets retrograde. Venus just went direct in Leo, but we still have Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Mercury, Jupiter. That's at least 6. I feel like I'm forgetting some. Well, Chiron also. Chiron and Aries. I really am feeling the Chiron and Aries retrograde. If I forgot a retrograde, leave it in the comments, but I'm just doing it off the top of my head. And we actually went out today to this beautiful Lake Sparks in Central Oregon, and it was just gorgeous. It was blue skies and sunshine, and we're having that summer, that last bit of summer where it's like 80 degrees and perfect blue skies. And we recorded out there, and I don't know, those retrogrades, they got me. Because we came back home and we were just having technical difficulties. The video wouldn't even download. It was just a big hot mess. And it was just the most beautiful, epic scenery ever. But we did have some of the B-roll. So I am going to do a full equinox reading. I'm going to include an equinox reading for each and every sign, and I'm going to put the B-roll from today at the lake into when I'm reading each and every sign for the equinox, just so I don't feel so bad that it was a wasted day. But you know, you're just going to have to do it over, and that's just what retrograde season is. You got to just take a deep breath and say, what can you do? Just do it over. So that's what I'm doing right now. And just trying to balance the energies, as I was saying with Libra. Libra is that sign of the scales of justice. And we will see a lot of justice being served during this Libra season, and really all for the next year as we're in that Aries Libra eclipse portal. Lots of interesting legal cases going on right now, so I can't wait. It's like reading a really good book, like what is gonna happen next in our world. And when I think of Libra, the scales, what I think about is yin and yang. If you know that yin yang, it's that symbol. Maybe I'll put that symbol up here, because yin is the feminine, the moonlight, the nighttime dreams and rest and taking a nap, all the things I'm not very good at. I tend to be more of a yang personality myself. And the yang is the daytime, the masculine, aggressive, go for it, get it all done, like a really strong cup of coffee, a lot of energy. And we have to have that balance between our yin and our yang, our masculine, our feminine, a balance between sleeping and resting and doing. And this time, this autumn equinox time, is more of a yin season. As we move into fall and winter, there's an urge to get slower, to take the nap, to get the rest, and just to get into that calm state of mind. And there is a slowdown. But as we will see with this equinox, we are going to have what will be the supermoon in Aries. The moon as it's waxing, is going to conjunct the galactic center on September 21st, just before this equinox. And that is that's a yang energy. It's a very fast frequency, higher vibrational energy where things are speeding up. And I can't even believe we're already in September and my health fair is like a week away. On September 23rd, if you're here in Bend, I'm doing a fall equinox health fair at Unitarian. I'd love to see you. I'll put a link for free tickets down below. But anyways, that galactic center energy is wanting us to speed up, but the natural cycle of moving into fall and winter and the Libra season is saying slow down. So we're kind of torn between, should we go fast or should I go slow? And I was reading some quotes about, I'm having that for myself. It's like, I have so much to do, I need to speed up. Or do I need to go slow? And I had a dream about a turtle the other night, and I think that was a sign I need to slow down. And I wanted to look up some fun quotes about should you go fast or should you go slow? And Mark Zuckerberg's famous quote is to move fast and break things. I don't recommend it. I've done that. As a yang person, I have moved fast and I have broken things. But this concept encourages us to approach our work and innovation with an emphasis on speed and experimentation, and it doesn't matter. You just do it fast. Even if it breaks, you just get to the next thing, the next innovation. But then you can compare that with NASA, who tells their astronauts to go slow if you want to go fast, right? If you want to get it done quickly, it's better to go slow, to hyper focus, to really pay attention to what you're doing. At the end of the day, you might find you get things done faster by going slow because you don't make mistakes and you don't have to do over. Today's do-over was not our fault. That was technology, and sometimes it's just technology. But sometimes when you do stuff really slow, and imagine if you're an astronaut, you really want to take your time and get it right. And so you can accomplish more in the end, perhaps, by going slow and not making the mistakes and not breaking the things. And then I also like Abraham Lincoln, who said, give me 6 hours to chop wood and I'll spend the first 4 hours just sharpening the axe. And that's another example of just taking your time and sharpening your skills rather than rushing into it. So you can decide. This equinox season is asking us to slow down, yet the Galactic Center is making things speed up. So you can decide whether you're going to go slow or fast this season. And the waxing moon will conjunct the Galactic Center on September 21st, as I was saying. And this is located in your astrology chart. This is located at 27 degrees of Sagittarius. So look at your chart and see where 27 degrees of Sagittarius shows up for you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can always get an astrology chart reading. I do astrology chart readings. I'm having a sale right now for just $88. You can get a basic astrology chart reading, and I will, if you get a reading in this month, I will circle the Galactic Center for you and let you know how this will be affecting us on September 21st as the moon is heading towards Aries, where the moon is going to be a super full harvest moon. I'm going to do a super full harvest moon right after this reading. And if you know where 27 degrees of Sagittarius is, that's where you're going to be feeling the intensity this equinox season. And this is also where you connect to source. And I just want to unpack the Galactic Center for those of you who don't know about the Galactic Center. This is a really empowering thing to know in our night sky. The Galactic Center contains a black hole at its center that pulls energy and objects. They say little asteroids and things, debris is getting pulled into this galactic center. It acts as a magnet, and even the Earth, we are getting closer to the galactic center. because that galactic center is pulling us in. And it emits a wide array of these powerful infrared radiation frequencies. And this infrared radiation frequency is at a higher level than the frequencies we have here on Earth. So whenever we get close to the galactic center with the moon conjunct the galactic center, it's like there's more IFRs, infrared radiation. And this can be used for our own healing and transformation and manifestation. And it reminds me of a great big giant infrared biomat. Oh my God, I love my infrared biomat so much. As the season cools, I'm just starting to use my infrared biomat. Have you ever tried one? It was actually invented by NASA. I'm talking about NASA a lot today, but it was invented by NASA to keep the astronauts warm when they're in space, because it gets really chilly up there in space. And so this is just a mat, and it has amethyst crystals, these little tubes. I'll put a picture up here for you. It's got these little tubes of amethyst crystals that the infrared goes through the amethyst crystal, and it just increases the frequency of the infrared and makes the infrared even stronger. So an infrared biomat is 4 times stronger than an infrared sauna. And the beautiful thing is that infrared biomat energy can break through the skin barrier, because when you're sitting in a sauna, our skin is so good at protecting us that the infrared doesn't really make its way into the body to enhance the cells and have cellular health. But the infrared biomat, the energy, infrared radiation actually goes into past your skin barrier, into the cells, and it just gets the cells all fired up and heated up. And that's so Aries, supermoon Aries being a fire sign. But I totally digress. I have been a massage therapist for 23 years, and I just wish I had gotten an infrared biomat sooner. I've only had my infrared biomat for about 5 years, but I really believe it helps with strengthening your immunity and strengthening your cellular health, and we're all just basically a bag of cells. So you got to take care of your cells. I'm really into cellular health as I age. I'm in my 50s, and as you get older, you're like, I got to take care of my cells. But I'll leave a link down below for more info about the infrared. But the Galactic Center's infrared energy has this profound healing effect on us. And when we have a waxing supermoon in Sagittarius conjunct that galactic center, just lighting up this energy, it's really going to awaken our subconscious mind. We'll probably have wild dreams on this equinox, and it really wants to transform us from deep within. And you may experience even a release of some old limiting stories or learned behaviors from your childhood, or even some old past life soul memories may show up that can be have you ever had a dream where you're like, I think that was about a past life? I had a dream once that I was a sitar player from India, and this dream felt so real. And sometimes you have those dreams, you think that's got to be a past life regression dream. So that's the kind of thing that can happen when the moon lights up this galactic center, wherever 27 degrees of Sagittarius shows up in your chart. That's where you're going to be feeling some deep transformation, healing, and maybe even a big shift. A shift in consciousness could occur here. And the galactic center in your zodiac wheel is just that sensitive point through which the higher consciousness can manifest. And it doesn't happen automatically. And sometimes we can have an aspect like this and something won't change for 6 months, but you're still soaking in the energy. It's not like the transit, like something profound is going to happen on the 21st through the 23rd of September. It can really just light you up in this way, and then the transformation could take months to happen. So I think we're all going to be shifting into this new dimension of energy. And I see the galactic center this is going to sound really woo-woo, but I see it as like a point of contact to higher beings. It's a way that we connect to source. And I almost visualize it like a baby has an umbilical cord, right? And that umbilical cord connects you to your mother, but maybe we all have this spiritual, energetic umbilical cord that connects us to source, so that when you need source, help from source, you know that you're connected just like you were once connected to your mother. We have this cord connection, and the Galactic Center is this point of contact. It's like the umbilical cord to source, to a higher being, to a higher consciousness, to higher energetic vibrations. And I believe I believe that the Galactic Center has wisdom of higher beings, a higher consciousness. And I was thinking about this and thinking that Earth is I've always said Earth is like elementary school. We're really learning some basic soul lessons here. But as we know, there's a lot of people on Earth who have a lot to learn. Just like when you're in kindergarten, you got so much to learn. But the Galactic Center, when we enter this realm of Galactic Center, that is the higher beings who are on a higher plane. And they're in high school or maybe college or advanced degrees, right? They have this wisdom. We can download this information that is of a higher lessons. And so we might have some soul lessons that come through this equinox that are even bigger than we normally do, right? Here on Earth, where we're just in kindergarten. And that Galactic Center is just our way to connect to these higher beings, these guides, guardians, and angels, and a connection to source. And I think of it also like a phone line or a lifeline to other dimensions. The veil is getting thin now. We can start to even have dreams about people who may have passed. You know, if you've ever lost anyone and then they just show up in your dreams and it's so real, that's when the veil is thin. You can have those kinds of dreams. And we're just connecting now to the great unknown, to things that can feel like, wow, I have the craziest feeling of deja vu, or I don't know, it feels almost like somebody put something in my drink. It's just mystical, magical, otherworldly kind of energy, the source of all creation, a place where divine information comes from, and other just magical happenings. But it's almost beyond our comprehension, because again, we're just in kindergarten. So it's like having a kindergartner and somebody with an advanced degree having a conversation. Like, we might not totally understand the downloads that are coming through on this equinox season. And if you happen to have a teenager like I do, anyone who was born between 2007 and 2009, they have this powerful Pluto conjunct the Galactic Center, and they are really here. Those kids born between 2007 and 2009, they're here to change, transform. That's Pluto. They're here to transform the world by being connected to these higher dimensions. They're really going to be pulling in the higher dimension wisdom. And if you ever speak to teenagers these days, they're just a little different, you know, they are more spiritual, I think. So, and the other thing, the Galactic Center, I'm really on a Galactic Center kick, but I mean, that's what we're going to be feeling this equinox, the Galactic Center moon conjunction. And it also corresponds to our root chakra. As astrologer Philip Sedgwick said, the infrared energetic vibration of the Galactic Center can jostle our root chakras, right? It could really jostle us right out of our roots. Oh, that is the sensation of this fall equinox. And I'm really seeing this in my massage practice right now. I've done so many back to school massage sessions for moms who are just feeling jostled, ungrounded, out of their bodies, and many people will need some root chakra healing this fall. And you can heal your root chakra just getting grounded. Go hug a tree, go sit at the base of a tree, and imagine that your grounding cord, silver grounding cord, is coming right out of your sacrum and your lower back. And it's just going into the soil beneath you and intertwining with the roots of the trees. And fall is the time when the trees bring all their energy back down into their roots. And this is a time when we need to root down too and get back into the earth and the rooting and get into some nature therapy. We've got to nourish our roots this fall. And then we will all be stepping into something new with this Aries supermoon that begins. The first house of the zodiac is Aries, and we have that new north node in Aries. And so this is going to really bring us to a new dimension. And if you're new to my channel, you can go back and watch that Aries Libra North Node recording, because I just had somebody who had their astrology chart read, and I was telling her she's a Scorpio. We just got out of that Scorpio Taurus eclipse portal where we had the death rebirth. And now the death rebirth led to the baby, and Aries is the baby of the zodiac. And now it's like the baby is learning to crawl, right? We're all learning to live in this new world in this new way, as so much has changed in the last 2 years. And this person that I read her astrology chart, she went back and watched every video from the last 2 years, and she was blown away. And she said it completely described her last 2 years. So that was really fun. And I know there's so many of you who are new here. I've been getting a lot of new subscribers. So I just want to say hello. My name is Terry, and it's so nice to meet you. And I love to, I wish I could look into the camera and see your faces, you know. But sometimes in the fall, I think it's a very nostalgic time to go back, and especially the fall when you have 6 planets retrograde, to look back and think, how did I get here? And really think about the last 2 years and what has been happening, especially now as we are shifting into this new era that's really coming in with this Aries North Node. It's a new kind of spiritual revolution, I do believe, as some of us are getting into these higher energetic vibrations and rising up into from the 3D, which is just your day-to-day work life, into the 4th dimension, into the 5th dimension, where we can manifest effortlessly. And this spiritual revolution, it will not be televised. So I'm really personally trying to get my TV off, like turn the TV off, because some of what you're hearing on the news is really that lower vibration 3D. And you just want to stay in this really high vibrational love energy. Love and joy will get you up the plane and get you closer to that galactic center, and it'll help you connect to source with your umbilical cord. And so pay attention to the stories you are listening to, and be careful of the stories you're telling yourself as we move into this new world going forward. There's just so many realities happening at once. It's like one of those choose your own adventure TV shows where you get to decide if this is going to be an experience of spiritual enlightenment or if it's going to be a shit show. So choose love over fear. And this fall equinox, just release your resistance. And we are going to have this lesson repeated. What is it? Rinse, repeat, and rinse again? I don't know. But supermoon, August 29th, I'm going to do that reading just after this one. And that's all about releasing too on the supermoon. And so many people are at a crossroads right now. They're making big changes. I've never seen so many people in huge changes, deciding if they're going to get divorced or if they're going to get married or if they're going to take this job or if they're going to move across country. Just a lot of change for a lot of people. And if you're at that crossroad, all I can say is just keep choosing love over fear. Love over fear. Just keep making that world, that comes from love. And it's almost like there's a ship sailing off and the ship is headed towards the 5th dimension. And if you're not in that state of love, you might just miss the ship. And that's okay, because there'll be another ship that comes around later. But I want to be on that first ship, right? I want to choose love and joy and get into the highest vibration so that I can get to that 5th dimension. I want to be like the first sailors to the new world. And we also have this fall equinox, Venus went direct in Leo, and you can see Venus right now in the morning just before sunrise. Look to the east. Venus is shining so brightly. And we also have Sirius star, and I even saw Pleiades this morning, and they're all in that morning sky. If you're looking to the southeast, I highly recommend Venus. When she rises as morning star direct in Leo, she is just shining her brightest love energy, and you can just stand outside and look at Venus and soak up the love vibes. I'm telling you, you can feel it. And this is such a good time to get connected with the goddess energy, and we are going to move towards Navaratri, which is the 9 nights of the goddess, coming in October. And we have Eris and Black Moon Lilith that are both conjunct the North Node as well. And that is just that divine feminine energy rising. It's this female empowerment, but it's also a time when I believe more and more men are getting in touch with their divine feminine energy, because just like that yin yang we were talking about, we all have feminine energy, we all have masculine energy, and some of us have more of one or the other. But this is a time on our planet where the divine feminine energy is coming in so strong that we will all be able to tap into it. And so that is a beautiful energy coming through. And then that Aries supermoon will conjunct Eris and Black Moon Lilith and the North Node and light it all up. And Chiron in Aries, the wounded warrior healer. I'm going to talk more about that on my next video. But I also just recorded 2 Jupiter transits, as Jupiter went retrograde and then trined the sun and had a Mercury trine. And this is beautiful. Jupiter trines. Jupiter, the king who bestows wishes. Trines equal opportunity. And even though the exact transit has passed, I will say those transits, because Jupiter is at a wide angle right now, those transits are really going to be affecting us for the next 6 months. So it's not too late to put in your request for Jupiter, the king, of what you want, especially if you're a fixed sign, Taurus. Jupiter's in Taurus. So Taurus, you are at the front of the line to see the king, and you're really going to get what you want. But also Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Virgo. Virgo's not a fixed sign, but Virgo, the sun was in Virgo when Sun Virgo trining Jupiter. So Virgo gets to the head of the line to be the lucky ones too. But this is going to be lucky for all of us. So make sure you go back and watch those if you haven't already. And I'm going to do a separate video of the equinox for all signs. So I will post that here in just a minute. And I'm going to do the B-roll from the videos that we did today on the lake. We got some B-roll, but the main video where I was talking, it wouldn't download. I don't know why. So I'm going to do that as a separate video. Thank you so much for watching, and I bless you this equinox, and may you have a healthy harvest on the harvest supermoon. And that video is coming out soon too. Thank you for watching.